Marvelette and I are getting into a discussion which went like this. Dear Hector, any man with your intellect would have been exterminated in Nazi Germany well before the gays and the Jews. You make both groups look good. Nothing I can do about that. Perhaps a little tolerance and respect for other people may help you. Listen, guy, I'm sick of tolerance. Why do I have to have respect for others when everybody in my high school had no respect for me? So then, you know what it is like to be different and picked on. Why would you want to do that to anyone else? It was wrong when people did it to you, and it's wrong now. So let me break that comment down for you. It's basically saying making fun of others won't make you any better than them for making fun of you. And that's where Job Club comes in. A state employment agency, and might I add, one of the worst offenders of hypocritical free speech. This guy Brendon was depressed about not having a job, so he goes on about how God hates him. So I say to him, how can you even say God hates you? He literally tells you to love your enemies. Then the stateist employees tell me to leave him alone. Let's not bring religion into this. Then this other older woman was looking at a job in the kitchen. One of the statists, Dave Kyle, says, making the food or eating it. This is from the same place that told me I couldn't do my TV script because I made fun of fat people. It always makes me believe that these people actually believe that taking the higher ground and not making fun of someone else who makes fun of you will make them realize that they're wrong for making fun of you in the first place. But the reason I say almost is because they don't believe that. Because they're hypocrites who tell us not to do or say something, then do or say something that they told us not to do or say. Like Dave Kyle and the big-boned woman, like I mentioned earlier. Guess what? You remember how I told you about my Indian boss? Well, Dave said I could talk to him about anything. Well, I talked to him about my Indian boss, and when I established that she didn't like me, and how I said she can go back to India, despite the fact she doesn't like me, he called me a racist. I mean, I'm grateful for them getting me the aramark job, but I'm pointing out Job Club screams leftist hypocrisy. Shoot me, shoot me. Rookie cop praised for not firing a murder suspect who charged at him in a terrifying confrontation caught on his body cam. Officer Jesse Kibler, who was confronted by Michael Wilcox, 27, an Ohio suspect, allegedly shot his fiancée and best friend in separate incidents. During a police chase, he got out of his car and charged at Kidder. Wilcox repeatedly said, shoot me, but the cop constantly refused. Eventually, Wilcox submitted and surrendered to Kidder and his partner. Cops getting praised for not shooting murderers, and then I saw the sign. And then I saw the story in Philip DeFranco. The cop ran into a man that's excessive force. But this guy robbed a 7-Eleven, he set a church on fire, broke into a home, stole a car, drove to Walmart, sold a rifle and ammunition. Call me conspiracy theorist, but this to me sounds like the media getting everyone so morally full of themselves they are literally wanting people to get away with murder and crime because gun control, I don't know, I guess they think nonviolence is the answer to combat violence, which is not working at all. I reported that this guy, who murdered 2 people, eventually submitted himself and now he's in jail. The only way a murderer, or a pedophile, or a rapist deserves to end up in jail and not shot is if they are starved in jail. Because what I learned in health class is if you don't eat, your stomach literally begins to devour itself. Then you die. It all comes out even. A life for a life. The Huffington Post reports Michelle Bachmann, the rapture is coming and it's Obama's fault. I don't know if anyone remembers. Huh, remembers? I don't think anyone even watched it. Anyway, a couple of years ago, I started vlogging, kind of. I would take walks up and down the liquor store and back, and this was when we were all getting those warnings about tornadoes. So anyway, I came up with none other than, you guessed it, a conspiracy theory about why these tornadoes were happening. You ready for this? God was angry about the imbalancization of the world, and on my Facebook wall I made a joke about Hurricane's 999 plan. I said, if you reverse that it becomes 666, OMG, Hurricane is a devil. Then Michelle Bachmann came out the very next day on the debate and said, 999, flip that it becomes 666, the devil is in the details. She and I, great minds think alike. 7-year-old boxing prodigy is terrifying. Avnika Sedvaka's father first put a video of her sparring on YouTube when she was 5, and now she's a lot better, a lot scarier. This is another example of the leftist woke, bizarre thinking. A 9-month-old baby, Stephanie, is too aggressive for playing roughly with her friends. Now this 7-year-old is terrifying even though she's only training to defend herself. Meanwhile, Obama says Muslim attacks are due to the economic situation. So if you see a jihadi with a bomb strapped to his chest, he's just looking for a job, according to leftist logic. You know what? I'm going to end this video with more complaints. My brother always denies he's a leftist, but his behavior proves otherwise. So I had some of his cheese. So I bitched like, hey, I paid almost $5 for that. Not only did I give him $100 because he got his now ex-girlfriend pregnant, and I didn't complain once about that money, which he still didn't pay me back fully for. Never mind that after he complained about the $5 cheese, a couple days later he asked me for $10 because he owed it to someone. I said to him, I only took out $40 and that's for the new mouse. Jeez. So he gives the whole thanks a lot bit. So I found another $10 I forgot about, so I gave it to him. He said he'd pay me back for that, which I never received. Fuck you, I'm glad you're gone. Another one about one other person, Billy Martin. He made fun of me in high school all the time. Now a couple years ago, here's what happened. I made a post about him on Facebook where when he worked taking care of his mom being paid by the government. Basically, he got pissed because it involved his family. I forgot what he said, but he told me to delete it, which I did. But when it came to the number of times he made fun of me, well, they were only jokes. Fuck you, Billy. Fuck you, Cam. You're nothing but liberal hypocrites. You know what? Fuck liberals. I want to end today's video with this. The psychological curse of child stardom. Child stars in particular are at risk because they often form their senses of self in the public eye, an expert says. I don't know what that means, but I do know Macaulay Culkin is a heroin addict, Lindsay Lohan is a cokehead, Amanda Bynes is a lunatic. So in general, child stars sometimes turn out not so good. I watched the show Spy, which stars Jude Wright, a child actor whom I pray does not fall into the category of psychological child stardom. Every Saturday morning I watch HR Puff and stuff. One day I decided to look up Jack Wild. I found out died because of drinking and smoking. It made me sad. But I hope Jude Wright doesn't fall down that path of fallen childhood actors, mainly because he's British. And if he does wind up doing drugs or fucking up his life in some way, I just might kill myself.